Hi, welcome to Dusty Shelf Collectables. Today we're going to review the Hot Wheels Car Culture AutoStrausse series. Yeah, so these have just arrived, a little bit late to the party. These came out the back end of 2022. It's now early 2023, so they've been around a little while. There's quite a few reviews all over the internet, and you'll see some on YouTube. Other people have done this, but I thought I'd record just a quick video in case anybody had missed these. So starting at this end, we've got the Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Lamborghini, Volvo and Alpine. Look quite good as a set. I like the artwork. The artwork's particularly good. But I have no idea why these have been selected. The range is AutoStrausse. They are the real riders, so you know, the decent wheels and the heavy bodies on them, so they are proper collectors' cars. But you know, why such an eclectic selection of cars, I've no idea. So if anybody has any idea, drop me a note, because I'm interested to understand a little bit more about them. What we'll do is we'll take these over to the bench, because I can put the camera above, and then we'll go through these in a little bit more detail and have a good look at them and some of the details and a little bit of background of each of the cars. Let's have a more detailed look at the cars. So hopefully this time I'm not going to get camera flicker that I had on one of my previous videos. I'm quite new to recording, so it's all trial and error at the moment while I get used to things, so please bear with me. So first of all, number one in the collection is the Mercedes-Benz 280 SEL. So Mercedes-Benz 280 SEL was produced in some form between 1965 and 1973. The one portrayed by Hot Wheels, I think, is the, well, I know it's the 4.5 litre series. And I believe this was made for the American market to do with the octane levels in the American fuel. So in Europe, they were running the 3.8 litre V8. When it went over to the States, because of the low octane fuel levels in the fuel over there, there was a performance deficit. So they fitted the Merc with the 4.5 litre engine. So anyway, the Hot Wheels AutoStrausse version is a 1972, as we say, Mercedes-Benz 280 SEL 4.5, presented in metal flake forest green. This car was originally released as a Hot Wheel in 2020. And it sports the detailed headlamps, tail lamps trim, and features on the number plate BNZ 280, and I'll show you a detailed picture of that one in a moment. Okay, so that's number one. Okay, so number two in the set is the BMW M3 E46 or E46. Was produced from 2000 to 2006 and was the third generation of this car by BMW. The Hot Wheels car is presented in Imola red, and the model was first released in 2020, and again has the detailed headlamps and tail lamps. Number plate reading BMW M3, and I've got a more detailed picture I'll put up on the screen. And the only other thing I've got to say about this one is this card in particular seems quite faded. When I put it with the other ones, I don't know whether it's just the one I got, but it just doesn't, the colours just don't pop as much. So I had a quick look at their, some pictures online, and they all do seem to be like this, but I don't know why. Maybe it was just a choice of colour. Anyway, okay, moving on to number three, and again I'm just trying to find my notes on this one. So the Lamborghini Urus, launched in the real world at the 2012 Beijing Auto Show, and was Lamborghini's answer to one of the first exotic SUVs. Has all-wheel drive and has a front-mounted turbocharged engine with 594 brake horsepower. So the Hot Wheels variant is presented in Orancio Borealis, if I've pronounced that right. I mean, I'd just call it orange, but that's just me. And this release is a new diecast chassis, and the upper moulding was released back in 2015. This is number 3 of 5 of the set. Again, detailed headlamps, tail lamps, reflectors, and the black lining detailing that you can see on there. Okay, moving on to number 4 of the set, which is the Volvo. So 1973 Volvo 142 GL. So the Volvo 140 series was produced by Volvo from 1966 to 1974, had 3 variants. This one is the 142, which is the 2-door coupe. Over 1.2 million were produced, which became Volvo's first car to achieve 1 million sales. So the Hot Wheels AutoStrausse release is a 1973 Volvo 142 GL, presented in teal, and this is a completely new casting for 2022. As I read, the casting replicates a slightly modified lower stance and a racing style. So as you can see, the wheels are kind of set up inside the wheel arches. Detailed headlamps on there, detailed trim, and then on the back of the car we've got Volvo fuel injection, an S badge, and then a number plate of 73 HW142, and this forms number 4 of the set. And then finally in the core set, if I can find my notes on it, is the Alpine. So the Alpine A110, 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 I'm not sure how they say it, but anyway, been in production since 2017 and was the first sports car manufactured by Alpine since 1996. Right, it uses, wait for this, a Renault 1.6L TCE M5P turbocharged engine with a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. And as I say, I am reading this, so yeah. The model's presented in Alpine Blue, brand new diecast chassis. Body was originally 2019. Again, detailed headlamps, tail lamps, and the paintwork on it sports the French tricolor colours and the Alpine Racing Team graphics that you can see on there. And I'm not sure whether it will show up on the camera here, but again, I'll put a picture in. On the door here, in the most tiny writing, it says Alpine F1 Team. And then on the bonnet, again in very tiny writing, which again won't show up necessarily on this camera, it says 31 on the hood. In researching this, I read that the prototype for this model actually had the wing mirrors on, and they were then dropped before it went into production, which is, I think, is a real shame. But yeah, I'm sure there's a good reason for that. So then finally, let's just talk about the chase car. So chase car, as I say, is numbered 0, and as far as I can tell, it's identical to the Volvo. So I guess you'd call it a dual release. As I say, this was a new moulding for this release. So painted in black, all of the details remain the same. The number plate's the same. Has a slightly different card art in terms of the colours, not actually the picture. And as I say, the car's in black. Now, it's very, very difficult to come across as all chase cars, but these are particularly difficult. If you do want one, the best thing to do is to buy a case of these cars and take your chance and open them, because they are very rare. You won't, very unlikely to find one in a shop. You may be able to get them online from a reseller. They do come up on eBay, but they command a ridiculous price, and much as I'd like a complete set of all 6 cars, I just cannot justify the kind of money that chase cars command. So unfortunately, I'll make do with the 5, and they will join my collection of Hot Wheels cars. So there you go, this set's out there now. You should be able to still pick these up. There's a few shops online you can get them from, or you may even get them in some of the hobbies or toy stores. And if you're really lucky, if you buy a case, you may get the collector's car or the chase car. You can buy one off of eBay if you're silly enough to spend £100, but that's up to you. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time when we do a future review.